Hello, everybody. It's Jake McEwen here, and welcome back to another episode of Steel Noise Podcast. On today's episode, my guest is Kurt Nyholm. Growing up on the South Coast, surfing has always been at the centre of Kurt Nyholm's life. From competing as a professional surfer to raising 4 boys, running 2 surf retail stores, and giving back to the local surf community, his life has always revolved around the ocean. In this episode, we chat about the highs and lows of a travelling surfer, the realities of owning 2 surf retail stores in an era dominated by online shopping, and his years serving as president of the Ulladulla Boardriders Club, where he helped organise what was believed to be the world's first night tag team surf competition. We also dive into some great stories from his years on the road and what he's learnt over a lifetime in the surf industry. And before we begin, I want to thank the team at Better Beer for keeping a constant flow of cold beers for myself and my guests. So cheers to Better Beer, the official beer of Steel Noise. Let's rip into today's episode featuring the man at the centre of the South Coast surf community, Kurt Nyholm. Kurto,
Yo, I'm here.
how
Ready?
are you, bros?
Good, buddy. Good.
How's the croak?
I was feeling pretty raspy, but
Yeah,
should sound good, I
yeah.
reckon.
Sound gangster, eh?
Yeah, I'm gonna get some work, I reckon, like 1-800 phone number.
Voiceover work.
You want to have some good times, you give me a call.
Mm. Yeah, you're sounding like you're all... Who'd you say passed away? And you...
Oh, yeah, is it Bonnie Tyler?
Oh, yeah.
She's got that raspy voice.
Yeah.
Totally clips of the heart.
Oh, she passed away today.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, and then her voice just went straight into me.
Wow.
Straight from Wales.
Wow. Straight to you.
Boom.
Wow, crazy. Well, thanks for coming in, bruv. I know you've got your hands full these days. You got a bit of a flock.
Oh, yeah.
Flock around your joint now, eh?
Yeah, been breeding.
You've been breeding, eh?
Yep.
What, 4 boys?
4 boys. Yeah.
Holy mackerel.
Yeah.
What? So Seth is the oldest?
Seth, my eldest, 19.
Yeah.
Eli, who's actually got his 18th on tomorrow, 18th birthday party.
Yeah.
Lucas, 15, and Asher, who's nearly 5.
Wow. It's actually nearly 5.
Yeah, he's a boy now. He's not a baby.
Wow, that's nuts.
Yeah.
Far out.
In my beers and everything.
Yeah, I was thinking he would have been like only 3 or something.
No, he starts school next year, and
Yep.
it's pretty awesome though. Like, I mean, being a dad's one of the most rewarding things out of anything I've done.
Yep.
You know, just you see him, and you know that some of your traits are given along to those guys, and you know they'll be like a look or something like that, and you just go, "Fuck, it's like that lame."
Yeah.
No, it's really good, and you know I've at least got some 4 spare parts for later in life.
Yeah.
Should be good.
All the boys are into surfing too, aren't they?
Yeah, they're all surfing. My oldest Seth, he's injured at the moment. He's just done his Achilles.
Achilles.
Yeah, he dropped some sheets.
Oh.
He's a roofer, and it just sliced his Achilles. So he's just had surgery.
Yeah.
So he's out of the water. Eli is playing footy for the under-18s, the Bulldogs.
Is he?
So he's back and forth surfing and footy. Lucas, my 15-year-old's a mad surfer.
Yeah, he loves it.
Yeah, he'll wake up, paddle out for a surf, and come home at night.
Yeah.
And Asher's, lagging. He's not really that keen just yet.
He's just warming up to it.
He's 5, like he should be like, on tour doing something.
Yeah, he's just taking his time.
I think we'll get him into modelling though. He's not a bad looking little kid.
He's a
bloody
good
cutie.
looking lad, isn't he?
Yeah.
Mm.
I blame Kat for that.
Cat has just thrown a bit of a extra twist to the gene pool there.
Just a nice little Greeky vibe in there.
Yeah.
It's got good skin and
Yep. Yeah, he's a good looking young fella, isn't he? So you're born and bred Ulladulla, is that right?
No. I was actually born in Bondi.
Okay.
Mum and Dad were pretty long-term second generation Bondi
True.
surfers, or dad was a surfer. But they bought a house down here in the 60s.
Okay, yeah.
Turned into a it was just a holiday house, but it ended up being our home. Moved us down. I don't really remember anything about Sydney. I was 4 when I moved here.
Oh, okay.
They started the Beach Hut,
Yeah.
the cafe.
I was going to say, I read on Google, I was doing a bit of a Google just to figure out if there were some things that I could ask you that I didn't already know. So they started the Beach Hut Cafe at South Mollymook.
Yeah, it used to be a laundromat.
No way.
And they started that. Mum and Dad started the Nippers, do the the surf club thing there for the junior kids.
For the kids, yeah.
Dad and Ivan Johnson, Johnny O'Donovan, they were the first guys to surf the Bommy. One of the first guys to surf golf course. Through the Dad started coming down here in the late 50s.
Yeah.
And there was just no one. He used to stand on the highway and he'd see a board and he'd just like wave a dude over and go, "There's a good left-hander over here. Come and surf it with me." And that was golf course.
Wow.
He reckons they kind of stumbled on it. There was a little golf club where the golf club is now at Mollymook.
Yeah.
And they had a night out and they used to be able to just sleep down on the beach. Yeah. And Dad walked around the corner and was like, "What is that?
What's going on?
There's a left just grinding."
Perfect peel and left.
And being a goofy footer and in the longboard sort of era, it was like, bang, all over it.
Yeah, wow. That's nuts. So I'm guessing, so your brother Doug is he older?
Yep.
Okay. And do you have any other brothers?
I've got a sister.
A sister, that's right. Yeah. And are you the youngest?
No. My sister Kari, she's the youngest.
Okay.
Doug's 2 years older than me, and Kari's like 3 years younger than me.
Okay, sweet. And you all just did school down here then, I guess?
Yeah, St. Mary's.
St. Mary's, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, school captain.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And my brother.
What, he was school captain as well?
Yeah, he was.
The Nyholms are dominating.
He used to just follow whatever he did.
Yeah.
I was just like his little shadow. And high school here.
Dully High.
Yeah, Dully High.
Yeah. Probably hasn't changed.
It was busy back then, There's a lot of,
it's not. Joints rammed, eh?
Yeah.
Teachers got their work cut out in that joint.
It was a pretty good era growing up through that, the late 80s.
Yeah.
Early sort of 90s. The town was growing, but we still used to have, no fences. I used to live at a place called Plateau Place, and we used to be able to walk straight to the beach. To get there now, it's like S-turns, and so it used to be like about a 2-3 minute run to the beach. Now it's probably about a 15-minute run to get down there, just because of all the fences have all been locked off.
Well, yeah. So in Mollymook, right? Plateau Place, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you only ever been in Mollymook?
Well,
reef or die, right?
Yeah, I love it. I did move to Ulladulla for a little bit, but it was when I was competing and I was away, so I wasn't really there much. But it did feel a little weird, and I did live in Sydney for a while, maybe about 9 months, and I actually hated it. It was like really busy, but it was I was quite alone. I was at the same time, like Nath Bartlett was living in Brighton Sands, so we'd hook up heaps and hang out, and he was going through the same thing. It was like, we're both like, what are we doing? Let's get out of here.
What are we fucking doing here?
And BC at Ocean and Earth offered me a job, and I moved back.
Yeah.
And that was pretty much it.
Wow, sweet. And then, so how old were you reckon when you started surfing? Was your old man just putting you straight in there? Was it an easy call?
Well, yeah, we're like the Beach Hut.
Yeah,
growing up there,
I'd imagine you would have.
We're
sitting on top of it.
The ocean sort of grew, looked after us, I guess, to a degree. But I don't really remember when I started, but I do remember my first turn.
Yeah,
I remember surfing right in front of the golf club now.
Yeah,
and I got a left-hander, and I was going across the wave, and I borrowed my dad's. He had this old Sam Egan's, this big 6'4".
Yep.
But I went straight across, and I straightened out before the closeout. I was like, whoa, that was a radical.
Oh, I just cranked a bit of a gaff there.
And I remember going to school the next day, and I was telling the teacher,
Yeah.
There was Mark Kitchener, who's one of the pollies now, and I was in second class. So I don't know when I started surfing. I know I went in a little bit and I got a little bit scared of the ocean, and then I stepped back and then went back in a little bit later.
Yeah.
My brother was always like the good when we were growing up. He was awesome. He was a great surfer.
Yeah, it still is.
Yeah.
So how old would you have been when you first got sponsored or when you first started competing?
Well, I first started competing it used to be Ulladulla Boardriders, as well as Ulladulla Boardriders, and I was in fourth class in that one.
Yeah.
And I remember my first heat, I got rolled, I got third in that heat, and then it used to just be open. It was all under 14s.
Yeah.
And I don't know how old you are in fourth class, you're like 9 or 10 or something like that.
Yeah.
But after that, we kept doing that until I went into year 7, and then we joined Ulladulla Boardriders.
Yeah.
And my surfing had progressed quite a bit by then, and Bruce Heggie offered me a sponsorship then, so I was like 12.
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty cool because, like...
Giving you sticks?
Yeah, I used to just, see all these boards all the time, and, in that day there was really only Bruce, maybe Terry Glass. There wasn't many shapers here.
Yeah.
But the USCs or the wave graffitis were just so dominant.
Yeah.
And for him to hook me up, and
you're frothing.
And I had a really great relationship with Bruce until he passed. He was he taught me so much about surfboards from a young age. Showed me how to make them. And first one he made me was a board that we worked together, and I chose all the stickers and put it all on it. And my mum and dad wouldn't let me ride it because they were going to hold it for me for my birthday.
Oh, yeah.
But there was a South Coast titles on, and I talked mum and daddy into letting me ride it. So the first time I ever rode it, I ended up winning the South Coast titles on this board.
It was
pretty cool.
That's sick. And so was it the same sort of format? You had to do the regionals, or was it there wasn't enough kids, so it was just rolled into one?
It was you'd go up, compete the regionals, and then the regionals go to the state and off to the Aussies.
Yeah, okay, same thing.
But it was pretty full on. It was pretty. They were big events. They were full events. The whole that first one was at Kiama. Was a lot of kids in that one. Yeah. And I went up there with Brad Parsons. Brad Bards we're a day apart, and we both competed in that. We were like, whoa, looking around. And there were some guys in that were like Dylan Longbottom, Shane Wiener, Todd Prestige,
big name,
Jake Spooner, Chad Ryan. A lot of those guys all turned pro. Jake ended up being world junior champion like multiple times. Right. So it was a pretty strong hotbed of surfers coming out of there. Yeah.
So was that first win, would you say, was that kind of what made you got a bite at it, and is that what kind of pushed you into your surfing career?
Well, I guess that first win just made me realise that I could win. I didn't know what the surfers, I didn't know who Dylan Longbottom was or whoever it was when I was competing against them. But it wasn't, it just made me feel like, oh, I can beat those guys. And that was, they were the good guys in that one. And then when we went off to state, it was the same kind of deal. I think I made the final first state. Yeah. And I was like, oh, yeah, I can kind of do this. And so it always was sort of seeded in there.
Yeah. Yeah. Was there a point, so you said that you were working for Brian Cregan at Ocean and Earth.
Yeah.
So did you then get sponsored by Ocean and Earth?
Well, Brian sponsored me when I was 14.
Oh, when you were 14?
Yeah, and he sponsored me for pretty much for the whole duration of my career. I retired as a surfer on my 30th birthday pretty much.
Okay.
So there's 16 years that Brian supported me and, looked after me for, as a team rider. Mm-hmm. And he was a pretty good mentor himself because, he was also a pro surfer before he started Ocean and Earth.
Right.
That's what he was trying to do. The leg ropes were just to fund his tour.
Yeah.
So he had a lot of knowledge there, and
that's
yeah,
cool.
he's a good man.
Yeah. And so it's such a strange term these days. There's so many variations of it, but were you a pro surfer? Like, was that your career? Were you making enough and you had enough support to be able to only do that and focus on that?
Yeah, my tax return was pro surfer.
Yeah, sweet.
Yeah. Was it different to say what Russell is?
Yeah.
Or Noah or someone like that, where they're kind of more, the free surfing sort of thing. Mine was more based around competition.
Yeah, rolling up to comps.
Yeah, you have to go to comps, but the way it sort of worked was I would get a contract, and you'd get your contract for like 7 or 8 different people, and then you work out an amount that they're going to pay you, and you hopefully there's enough to fund your tour, and and then prize money always helps too. So
yeah, totally.
So luckily, I kind of got in there and did okay comp wise, and the sponsors were happy, and I nearly stayed with the whole sponsors from Go to O, which was pretty good.
Yeah,
it's pretty happy.
Who was sponsoring you back then?
Well, when I was like a grom, like Bruce Heggie and Brian, actually Southern Man, they sponsored me too when I was a grom. Kent used to pay some entry fees if I'd go into like big events, which was pretty cool. Then I went to a surf comp with Bullfrog, and the one of the prizes at the event was the first unsponsored kid got a sponsor, and I got it with Westsuits. West doesn't exist anymore, but they sponsored me for years. Yeah, from there until from 14 till 22, 23 or something like that.
Giving
me suits, hooking me up, give me accommodation. I'd fly over to WA and they'd hook me up in a nice motel, and it was all really cool.
Yeah.
Then I actually rode for Mambo.
Yeah.
For a while. That was really cool.
Sick.
Got to know Dare Jennings, and that was at the height of Mambo too, when they were, doing the Olympic Games, all that sort of shit was coming up. But I did get, I kind of got poached from him, and there was a guy, Boothie, who used to do simple shoes, but he was also involved with Lightning Bolt.
Yeah.
And I used to ride simple shoes for a brief period.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh man, I reckon you'd be good for this brand. They're looking for somebody. And that ended up being my main sponsor for the next 10 years. And they were awesome. That was I remember,
did you have one of the big bolts, did you?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
Sick.
I remember rocking up, and I was traveling, the first year on tour, I was traveling with guys like Kobe Aberden and Glendon Ringrose, these guys, and they were getting a couple of T-shirts and stuff like that. And then Lightning Bolt went crazy. They marketed me so awesome.
Yeah.
Had T-shirts, cardboard cutouts, posters everywhere.
Yeah.
And the way I leveraged my other sponsors was photo. So if they use me in magazines and you see a photo and I had their sticker on, I'd charge them.
Yeah.
To do that was like real estate.
Yeah.
But they were so good. They were just, if an event came in, say Surfing Life rings up and they're looking for surfers to go to, I don't know, Hawaii or G-Land.
Yeah.
I just ring them up and they'd pay my fees, and that's on top of the already
your salary.
Salary. Yeah. I was on a monthly salary.
Yeah, sweet.
And then then it came Etnies, when Etnies first came into Australia.
Yeah.
I was on their first team, and I was with those guys until I finished my career.
Yeah.
I can't remember most of them. I went through, and I love you all, but
yeah.
I did go through a lot of, I was with O'Neill for a little while, just wetsuits.
Yeah.
Ocean and Earth, of course. I used to ride for Ocean Earth and Gorilla Grip and FCS at one stage.
Right.
So they were separate companies.
Yeah.
Gorilla Grip was just the tail pads. FCS was just the fins, and Ocean Earth for the leg ropes.
Wow.
It was pretty incestuous, I guess.
Yeah, that's nuts. So, because I guess now, a lot of these brands kind of do it all, don't they? So you get the one and it kind of can.
Yeah, I used to think that'd be pretty easy just dealing with one company.
Yeah.
But it also gave me a bit of freedom.
Yeah.
To do other things. And, like I remember one guy just at an event sort of came up to me. I was down Victoria and I won that event and he was a sponsor of that event. And they got in contact with me and they're like, oh, can you be the face of, it was called Vitamin. It was just like men's moisturizer and just shit like that. And I was like, what do you want me to do? And he goes, mate, just put a little Vitamin sticker on. And he gave me one sticker. I was like, radio. And he just slipped 10 grand in my account. And I was like,
wow.
all right, I'll just have that one sticker on that one board for,
Fucking how good.
And then it was pretty good. That went for maybe 2 years where
wow.
It was just, and I
Send
don't
you a couple
even
of
know.
vitamin stickers and then you.
Yeah, he'd send me these big packages. I wouldn't even know what to do with it. I was just passing out to all the boys.
Yeah, boys, there you go. Put some of that on.
Same with the shoes.
Yeah.
With Etnies, one of my perks was 2 pairs of shoes a month.
Wow.
So when I signed with them, it was like maybe 97 or 98, and I retired in 2004. So think how many shoes. Fuck. My boys, all my mates used to just come around and just...
Come around here, boys, dip in.
Yeah. And I used to ring them and go, look, I've got too many shoes, don't send them. And they're like, no, it's part of your deal. Just sell them, do whatever you want.
Yeah.
I was like...
All right, sweet. What size are you?
Yeah, I was 11, so all the mates were 11, so...
Oh, really? Perfect.
Yeah.
I was going to say...
Oh, they used to rate my closet so bad.
They'd be like clown shoes. I'm only a 9
at
best.
No, good shoes too.
Yeah. Yeah, are they still around?
Yeah, I think they are. Yeah. Yeah, actually they are still around.
Yeah, true. So you own AquaSurf, which is now, would you say your franchise? Is that what you call it? How does that?
Yeah, I don't know. I've never really thought about it as a franchise. I guess more than one.
Yeah.
Well, that kind of came out of sad circumstance, that one.
Yeah.
Kat's dad, Victor, who was Bush Surfco for 40-something years. Yeah, when he passed, the premises was still there. There was like a couple of times I sat down with Kat and we're like, what are we going to do? Do you want to continue doing this? Do we want to, do we want more work? We're in a pretty good situation as it is.
Just for context, Victor was Kat's dad.
Yeah, so he's my father-in-law.
Father-in-law.
Yeah. So yeah, we decided to, after a chat with Kat, and she was like, look, it's what I do. She's worked in there for like 25 years and it's what she's good at. Plus I was frothing just to be around her more, We've just got a pretty special relationship, me and her.
Yeah.
So it's just been like a transition where we pretty much opened another doorway.
Yeah.
And we've got a bit of a homage to Victor in the store and trying to keep a bit of a, his memory alive in there as well. And
yeah.
Yeah, but we weren't kind of looking at doing anything.
Yeah, you weren't looking to expand, it just fell in your lap, kind of?
No, well, we've been offered quite a few times to do franchises.
Yeah.
Quite a lot.
Yeah.
We've been hit up for down the coast, Wollongong, Shell Harbour. We've had Sydney even. From brands have asked us to come on and do, like a collab with those in another town. And
yeah.
We've even had guys wanting to buy us and
buy out
and be. Well, they want me there. They want us there, but they want to change the name and have it theirs. But I feel if I if it does sell or whatever, it's I just don't want to lose that local feel. Like I want the school to be able to come up and go, oh, can you give me, a donation to our fundraiser?
You don't want to have to go through.
I don't want to have to ring head office and go, look, a mate of mine's going through a hard time. I want to donate a wetsuit or I want to donate a surfboard or something like that.
You want to keep it in your own court, yeah.
Yeah. And, I have a business partner, Matt Bryant,
Yeah.
who's 18 years business partners and amazing. He's such a switched on guy, and
Yeah.
we've
He's
never
my accountant.
we've never had a fight.
No, he's a mad dog.
Yeah, I don't think I'd want to fight him.
No.
6'4", 100 kilos,
He's
red
a
dog.
big unit, isn't he?
Yeah.
Mm.
Actually, I did get him once.
You did?
Yeah, it
You
was
had a
kind of
scrap?
accidental. We were wrestling, and he was carrying on. I got one on his chin.
Really?
It was fun. It was I was very apologetic afterwards. It was
Cut
New
the
Year's Eve,
cans.
just drunk. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was an accident. It wasn't meant. There's no malice in it. It was just like a bit of fun moving around it.
Oh, yeah. So like with the two shops, is there does one shop focus more on one thing
Yeah.
and then the other one focuses more on the other?
Yeah, we got two different identities. Even though we carry very similar brands, there is some that are slightly different. But it is, I really want the Ulladulla store to have a lot of Cat's DNA sprinkled all through it. But yeah, it is different, which is cool. It's really cool. They're both really cool. I love both of them equally to go in and hang out. The Milton one's like got my heart because it sort of was our first one, and it's provided for all of us over the years, and sponsored yourself, and sponsored a lot of kids.
That was my first. Oh, yeah, you and Kirky Bjerke.
Yeah,
Kirky gave me boards from when I was, I don't know how old I was. I was a tiny little lad when I would have been like,
yeah, same age, like 12-ish sort of.
Yeah, I think maybe 10 with Kirky, and then I think you guys got me on when I was 12?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Does is one specialized, like from a retail point of view? Does one specialize more in a certain thing? Like, do you have more boards in one? Do you have more?
The Milton store has
all the boards.
Yeah, well, no, not all the boards.
Some in the belly.
Yes, when it's full, there's like 400 boards in there.
Okay.
In Ulladulla store, at the moment it's probably sitting around 50 or 60. We want to build that up to have a holding around 150, 200 boards.
Okay. I haven't been into the Ulladulla one actually.
Yeah, it's really modern. We did a really big fit out in there.
Okay.
So it's but it does have a few like capsules. Like there's a former gondola and capsules there. There's a Ritual Vision one. There's Florence Marine. There's O'Neill. Have got this mega. We got a mega wetsuit wall in Ulladulla.
Yeah,
it's pretty crazy.
Okay. Yeah, I'm keen to I literally haven't been into that store yet. I almost kind of just forget it's there. Like I've been up to the Milton shop a couple of times to get a few things, and I'm like, that's right. I don't have to go to Milton anymore.
So many people say that to me. We've only been 6 months.
Yeah.
Since we've taken over, so many crew, especially guys from down here, Burrell.
Yeah. They'll
drive up and they're like, just to get there, like little things like a wax or a leg rope. And I was like, dude, you can get it in $1. He's like,
fully.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Fuck. But I guess that the Milton store does have like it's a vibe, You walk in, it's always someone in there, something cool happening. There's heaps of stuff going on in there all the time, so it's
all the
bit of a vibe,
all the hardwood and that as well.
Yeah, it's a beautiful old building.
Yeah, it's great, eh? What about I've wondered, right? Like with owning two retail stores, what's it like owning two physical stores in the world of online retail?
Yeah, it's different. It is difficult. It's difficult because it's also your own suppliers who you're competing against.
Yeah.
So we really, we kind of pride ourselves on knowledge, on products, and also service. Trying to give best service to anybody. So that's how you kind of win them. Usually the pricing is pretty much the same, exactly the same. At least with a bricks and mortar, you can walk in and walk out with that product, but you got to hold it. That's the one thing with the online. It's like there's so much out there.
Yeah,
like we can only hold so much in our doors.
Yeah.
I understand the way online is. Like we have an online presence as well.
Yeah,
and it goes okay. It doesn't really.
Do you sell like, stuff online?
Yeah. It's like having another shop.
Okay.
But it's it's not my focus, you know, like it's,
No.
mate, I never opened the shop to get in there and, you know, be a multi-millionaire or anything like that. That was never my driver to do that. My whole goal for Aqua and the Ulladulla store was just like even like a safe place for surfers to come and hang. To, you know, I wanted it to be like a people feel safe at
the hang zone. Oh, that's what it was when we were kids.
Yeah,
come up there and play the guitar and sit on the couch, and
it gets heap. That still happens all day.
Does, I see that there's that generation, that kind of the 14 to 16. You know what I mean?
They come back to, you know, like there's guys that are and it's not just the locals. It's all people that have, you know, been in the shop when they were kids and they love it. And you know, we've got so many customers that say, "Oh, this is the only place we shop at." You know, they could live in Bondi, they could live in Wollongong or Canberra, and they go, "This is it." You know, yesterday I think it was, we had a lady come in from Scotland, and she was like, "Oh, we've heard so much about this shop. We're you know, frothing, we're gonna go mad in here."
We're going nuts, and they did,
yeah. But it was cool, you know, as long as you provide that vibe, that.
Yeah, an atmosphere as well as a product. Yeah.
Like, it's pretty easy to click a button and get, you know, a pair of shoes or something.
It is, but
it's different when you're sitting in there and you're feeling it, and you hear all the banter, and the other surfers are coming in talking about the surf or the goss. You know, it's kind of pretty cool there. Even in sad times, like when we just had Nate, you know, and everyone sort of comes up there to meet.
Came up, had a beer, and
just talk and
blow off a bit of steam.
You know, that sort of stuff. That's what I'm kind of proud of.
Yeah,
you know, that's more what it was about than, you know, KPIs or anything like that.
Yeah, and it's been that since day one.
Yeah,
and every grommet at some point, every grommet in this town at some point's had an Aqua sticker on their board.
Mate, I'm not a businessman. I am, but I'm not, you know, like, I mean, I'm a people's person more than anything.
Yeah, I mean, it benefits you as well, because you got company all day, you got all the lads keeping you updated of what you're missing while you're working, if there's anything.
Oh, yeah, and Karina, obviously, my store manager, she's been there nearly 10 years now.
Yeah.
That's her passion as well. It's just the fashion. And so, you know, she got shitty with me the other week when Fashion Week was on TV, and she wanted me to put it on the television instead of the surfing, and I'm like, "No, girl, we're a surf shop.
I kind of can't.
Just let me see the catwalk.
Let me see."
So she's so invested in that, and it's not a job. It's what she loves.
Yeah, you want someone who's
dedicated,
and loves, someone who's dedicated.
Makes work not work.
Yeah. Hope you're not epileptic. We got a bit of light flicker going on there.
Just Bonnie Tyler, she's out there, isn't she?
She's in your voice. She's in my lighting.
Yeah.
And look,
that one upstairs then?
Oh no, it's up here.
It's both of them.
Okay, so there's actually something going on with the power in the local area. If anyone's watching, viewer discretion
advised.
We're having some it's looking like the whole house right now is doing a bit of electrical pulsing, so beware.
It's the energy we're admitting.
It's crazy, isn't it? I'm just looking out through the window there, and I can see that other one's pulsing too. Something's going on. Skynet. Dad loves that one, doesn't he?
Oh, how good is he?
Oh,
fucking love your old man.
So look, this is something I actually really was interested in. What's your take, or like, how do you perceive what was considered to be a pro surfer like yourself at the time being paid to compete, and then suddenly that transition now where all of our buddies and people that we know down here, a lot of them that are pro surfers, don't have any obligation to do comps, and it's all about making those parts. Like, pro surfing's evolved a lot in your time as a surfer.
Right? It was starting to happen. It was starting to happen when I was on tour. There was guys that were, you know, like the Search were doing their things, and Billabong were doing like their movies as well. Margot sort of transitioned out of competitive Rasta. They kind of went into more that, mate, if they can do it, unreal. Like, I would love to have done that instead of having to stress on events and all that. I guess they call it the grind, the tour, because it can be a grind where you're flying in and out. Like, for an example, I would used to leave, well, a year I would start in Australia and you do maybe about 4 or 5 events up and down the coast. Then around May, there's a little Indonesian hit, maybe New Zealand or Tahiti.
Mm-hmm.
And then the big one, you'd fly to South Africa for the Durban event. From there, it was 9 months every weekend.
Wow.
It was there straight from after there to England to Newquay. Then there was a big tour in Europe. So you'd spend maybe a bit over a month in France alone, just doing event after event after event.
Are they all in Hossegor, the events?
No, they'd move around, but they were all pretty close. Like, it was pretty much Lacanau, Tiberitz, and Hossegor's in the middle. You sort of, it wasn't far, but we used to base ourselves in Hossegor. It had good waves. It was a pretty awesome place to be.
It's good, eh?
And then down to, you'd shoot down to San Sebastian or Zarautz.
Yeah.
A lot of events in Spain, Portugal.
Yeah.
You're finishing up Portugal and you jump on a plane. You're over to Brazil.
Yeah.
And then Rio, Florianopolis, doing all these events from there to Japan, I think. And you'd be over there for maybe 2 events in Japan and then straight to Hawaii for like 6 weeks.
Yeah.
And then I had the Triple Crown, so 3 events in that one.
Far out.
But it was...
That's a lot of money to outlay for a sponsor, eh? Like,
oh yeah, it's expensive to get there. A lot of air tickets.
You just flights alone would be thousands and thousands of dollars. Yeah.
And the way it went, it's sometimes like you could get a round the world ticket that would, if it went round the world, it was cheaper. But if you're zigzagging, it was you can spend a lot of money on that and accommodation, car hire.
Yeah.
But just that 1 week here, 1 week there, and you're trying to organise your accommodation, as well as prep for an event. Being a free surfer, you just choose a nice surf spot that's pumping.
Pick a swell.
I'm heading there. And like, that would be pretty cruisy.
That'd be cool, yeah.
We were envious of the free surfer guys, definitely, because they didn't have the stress of, having to compete. You're only as good as your last event and all that sort of shit. That used to come up quite a lot. And, you'd watch some guy who might get one of those golden tickets or whatever and start surfing. You're like, fuck, that guy was like 20 spots behind me on tour. How did he get that, cool gig? But I guess those ones, like the guys now watching like what Russ and that does, he's so brave. There's stuff that I would not do. Yeah. There's, like Harry and...
there's shitloads of stuff that they do I wouldn't want to do.
They're putting their life on the line for especially a lot of those events. So, buddy, more power to them.
Yeah. Especially that last inner mechanics when he's...
Oh, man.
When he's like, I don't want anything...
That first wave?
I don't want anything to do with that wave. Anything. You could
such a mellow dude. How the hell?
Yeah, he's nuts, man. But that's why his latest clip's called Inner Mechanics.
Yeah,
because the inner mechanics of Russell's mind. He's just a mad scientist, isn't he?
Yeah.
So look, what about when we were kids, the nocturnal surf? Was that the world's first ever night surfing competition?
Well, it was the first ever tag team night surfing competition.
Tag team night surfing competition.
That was an awesome event. We did it 2 years. I was so proud of that event. So proud of the community. Everyone came out and supported. That just came from like a funny conversation with Peter Bacon at the time was managing banisters. They were building the new banisters, and he had all these lights because they're working at night. They wanted to get the job done. And jokingly, I said, "Oh, let's go set it up at Culver. There's waves." And he was like, "Yeah, we should." And I was like, "Well, we could." He goes, "No, let's do it." And I was like, "Fuck, we might as well turn it into like a something."
Event.
So it's it's a legit reason why we're turning on these lights.
Yeah.
But we didn't realise it was going to be so big. So that first event was was unbelievable. I can't believe that no one really got hurt or anything.
There was fires
Can you imagine
going.
doing that now?
It was
That was
nuts.
Herbie Farmlade brought down heaps of firewood and
It was going off, wasn't it?
drums. We had a lot of things going on with that. The second event, we kind of worked out what we were doing.
Where was the second one?
At Golfy, yeah. But that one, we had the big stages set up.
Was that the first or second?
Second. The first one that was just in the tent. And that was Tall Sean. That was his first gig.
Really?
Yeah, his first ever gig with a band before they would turn the Swaggers, I think they ended up being.
Yeah.
And then the next year I said to him, we're going to do it again. And he was like, I'll organise the music. And we had 7 bands and DJs. We had Red Bull there. We had Hurley sponsoring it. There was art things going down. There was electric skateboards. It was
massive.
Yeah, it was massive.
It was cranking. And
it did get, the second one did take a bit of toll on me doing it. I did get a lot of help from everybody, but I did take on a lot of work by myself for it.
I fucking bet you did.
And I remember afterwards I was trying to, I was talking to an insurance company, and they were like, "Oh, mate, you need to get these barricades. It's going to cost you like $4 or $5 grand to do this." And I'm like, "Mate, can't I just get my mate who's got a truck and just park it right across and stop that, and then we can move it if we want. We don't have to have someone standing there, and just common sense, But there was a ram raid that happened over in Brazil, I think it was, where a guy drove through a festival, and ever since then all the insurance has changed. So when we were looking at doing it the third time, it was we did it all for charity. So we raised all money for charity. Everything just went straight into it.
Yeah. What charity was it for?
We did Noah's. We did the surf club. We split it up between quite a lot.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it wasn't just for one, eh?
No. We did Jindalara House.
Yeah, that's right.
We did a big one for those guys.
Yeah.
Your respite homes, and but I also remember the first. Did you surf the first night when it was like 8 foot? The night before.
I'm just trying to remember. I mean,
there was a huge swell the night before, and the next day I was like, "Oh shit!"
Sorry, the contest wasn't on.
No,
but it was set up. And people surfed.
Yeah, we went and set it all up.
I don't think I did. Nah.
And so we set up the lights for that surf.
Explain how the light setup was for people that don't know.
Oh, so there's things called day makers. So they're just these big crane lights that are on their own little trolley, their own little trailer.
Okay.
And then you set them up, and they look out. I can't remember what they call them, like 50,000 candle watt or something like that. They're bloody bright, day makers. Yeah. The first event we had 4 of them set up. Yeah. And it was pointed out to the surf, and I had some glow sticks, and I paddled out the back just to see if anyone could see me on the beach. Yeah. So if we could see if somebody got out of the way, we knew, because we had a rubber ducky out there just if anyone needed it. And I remember paddling right out the back, and I cracked the glow stick and just waved it in the air to see if anyone, and I just got peppered with fish. It just started hitting me. Oh. And it was like kind of hard and heavy, and I was like, what the hell? And I threw the glow stick, and it just went like a bait ball, sort of just exploded.
Holy shit.
Like, oh my God, I'm out of here. But I went really far out the back into almost near crystals. It was a big day. It was like 6, 8 foot that first day. But when we come back the next day, we still had it set up for that. So that these ones that we had, you had to manually tilt them.
Like climb up this bloody thing.
Well, you'd bring it down, but you'd had to turn it off and then tilt them. So we just left them go. Yeah. So there was a lot of blind spots in the first event. And then the next event, we end up getting like maybe 8 of them, put them all around the place. So it was really well lit. And there was, heaps of other things going down with it. But that was awesome. Yeah. The nocturnal.
Yeah, that was crazy.
At Easter, yeah.
And everyone's scrambling across the rocks and slipping over and wiping out. And I remember, I think I come away for like a little urchin in my foot.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just carnage, and like, not to mention that everyone's down there drinking beers and yahooing and carrying on. We had to finish by midnight. That was the council's thing, though. Like, as long as you're out by then. And it was quite funny. I was at the second event, and I was
one of the politicians came up and grabbed me and said, "Oh, you have to meet this person. They really want to meet you."
Yeah.
I was like, "Yeah, right." Yeah. Walked over, and it was the Minister of Tourism.
Wow.
Was going, "How the hell did I not know about this? Like, we want you to, do this again." And I'm looking as she's talking to me, I'm looking at the no alcohol sign right above her head. I'm holding a beer and I'm looking at everybody drinking. And then I look over and I see her with a bottle of wine and some chips and, dips and all that sort of shit. And I was like, fuck yeah, she gets it,
Sweet, she gets it.
And I was like, if anything's happened, I'm just going to, should have shot it.
Yeah.
But when that finished, I went home at about maybe 1 o'clock. Like, we do a big clean and I got a phone call from somebody going, "Look, we really appreciate everything you did, but can you please turn off the music?" And I was like, "Oh, turn the music off at midnight." And they're like, "No, you didn't." I was like, "Shit." So I went back down to the beach, and Timmy Thompson, who did all the lighting, he'd fallen asleep in his truck, and the boys worked out how to plug in their iPhone, and it was a full-blown rave.
I kind of feel like I wasn't a part of plugging the music in, but I was a part of it suddenly going quiet and then ramping back up and being like, we're back on.
Yeah, it was so sick. And I walked down and I was like, I'm going to let it go for a little bit. And then I was like, I just got to end it.
Yeah.
I felt like the biggest Grinch, just like yoink. But it was that golf course, so there's all those houses all up above.
Fair enough, yeah. Especially because your head's on the chopping block too, like you kind of.
Well, the phone call came from Collis, from across.
Because they'd be able to see it.
Yeah. Well, no, they heard it all. They were trying to go to sleep.
Oh, I bet.
They're like, "Oh, fuck, just kill it."
Just kill it, please.
But everyone was cool. When I said, "Oh, look, I've got to turn it off," everyone's like, "Yeah, sweet."
Yeah.
There's no one. Yeah. In the end, everyone who was there, like, we ended up just, because there was, we did get a lot of sponsors for beer and all that sort of stuff, and we just kept drinking, went through the night and did like the mega clean of the whole. When we left that morning at about 8 o'clock in the morning, it was cleaner than when we got there.
Yeah.
And considering there was like, I don't know, maybe 3,000 to 5,000 people that visited that day, all in there.
It was crazy, man. Yeah. Driving down that road to get to golf course there was cars parked up around and then down into the the road cuts to the golf course. There was cars parked along the side of the road of the golf course.
Well, that was another thing too. I was getting phone calls from the golf club asking to move all the cars because guys are trying to play golf, and there was still like 40 cars just all parked all along everywhere, and they tee off at 7 a.m. or whatever.
Yeah, fully.
But that was really cool. That was a really fun one.
Is it something you could do again or not? No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just takes quite a lot of organisation.
Like too many rules now. Like surely it wouldn't be as
the rules
as that was.
The rules are, definitely it was hard, but also at the time, both Matt and I, we didn't have like 4 kids each, and we had a bit. We weren't as time poor,
sure.
So we were.
That'd be impossible now.
Yeah, sure. It was like. It'd be nice to hand a torch to somebody else to take it on, and
it's a big ask.
But through Aqua, we've done a lot of those sort of events, like the single fin events.
Yeah, single fin event.
They're all for local charities, and they're for people who go straight to a family. Like I think we've had the first one was John Morgan, Morgo's old boy.
Yeah,
that was to talk about early onset dementia.
Yeah.
Then we had I think Taria might have been.
I was going to say the next one. There was one for Taria as well. Hey.
Yeah, we had one for Taria.
Yeah.
We had one for Liam Blakey.
Yep, that's right.
And one for Willie with his heart.
Oh yeah, Will Chapman.
Yeah, Will Chapman.
Yeah. How's the voice heading up there, guys?
Yeah,
hanging
good.
in there.
That's it.
I was wondering. I'm impressed you're still going. I thought you'd just suddenly just go to belt something out soon and go silent. Yeah. No, those are amazing events. And like, again, for context, those events is the single fin. It's like a single fin tag team event, right?
Yeah.
It's a tag team as well, yeah.
And fancy dress.
And you got to dress up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a full 70s throwback.
Yeah, it was funny as.
So the last one we did, I think it might have been Taria's one, which was like just such a big fundraiser, that one. We we actually got 4 surfboards made up. We had instead of running out in a colour like a singlet,
Yeah.
you'd ride the red board, which was a Mick-Mackey.
Yeah.
You'd ride a blue board, which was I think that was the Dylan Parise.
Yeah.
Green board, which was Mark Rabbage and Kirk Bjerk.
And Kirky Bjerk.
Had the yellow one.
Yeah.
I've actually got the red one. I've got the Mackie at
Sure.
home. Because we, in the end of the event, we auctioned them all off.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And, the highest bidder won the boards. I actually, Bullfrog, Jason Evans, he won that. But when Bully passed, his mum and dad rang me and asked me if I wanted the board.
That's it.
I was like, yeah, hell yeah. Got it at home.
Amazing. How good.
Yeah.
Well, you were talking about passing on the torch and kind of being a pretty, I mean, this is just from my memory of you. You're a predominant figure in the surf community. You're always the one organising and leading all these events for multi-generational purposes. You know what I mean? Like they were fit for the young lads, you know, they were kid friendly, yet there was beers and music down there for the oldies. It was just like you brought the whole community together. So obviously you were good at that. When did you become, so you were the president of the Board Riders for how long?
10 years.
10 years.
Yeah.
When were you the president of the Ulladulla Boardriders Club while you were hosting these events?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But I did I learned how to run events, obviously doing events every year. I did an event down here when I was on tour with Lightning Bolt, which was a pretty big one. We actually got the Surf Travel Company came up with a 2-week Mentawais trip and all that sort of stuff, which was really cool. But that was the first time I actually ran a pretty big event, and it didn't have a rating, but it had a lot of pro surfers come down and compete in it. And that was when I was like, oh yeah, I could sort of run these events. But I've always thought those single fin events, and I've never wanted, to be like a winner out of those. All I want, when we do those events, they're people's names are randomly drawn out of a bag, and okay, you're in Team X. You know. That's to make people meet, mesh together.
Yeah.
Hang out with someone you probably don't normally, and bridging that, that whole gap. So you do get the 60-plus-year-olds, and then you also get the Groms hanging out, and they probably hadn't met before, and then you throw in a few of your legends sort of floating around.
Yeah, throw in a couple
everyone's
of
like
big names.
Frothing, yeah.
Yeah. And then, so what was it like being the president of the Board Riders Club for that long?
Oh, it was an honour. It was I had good people around me, helping me. A club's like a football team in a way. There's no one bigger than, say the Roosters. James Tedesco's like the best player in the game or whatever. But if he leaves, there's another person that comes through, but the club's always there. So that's the Board Riders. It's and I feel like when you are a president of a community club like that, you got to think community. You don't think of your own agenda or anything like that. It's like, what's going to be best for the club? What's going to be best for that? And you think about it for everybody. You think about the guy who rocks up to the event and judges all day, and he's like 35 and, didn't get through his heat.
Yeah.
And he cooks the barbecue.
Yeah.
So, you just want, it's all inclusive sort of thing, as well as, getting to see your stars develop and come through. Like, the Board Riders has had many guys come through that have been stepped up.
It has, hasn't it?
But it's also a pretty hard job, in certain ways.
Yeah.
Depending on how you want to steer the ship. If you want to turn it into like a big club where it's financially strong and all that sort of stuff, then it's a lot different to just being at an event every Sunday and, going out and surfing, and at the end have a beer or whatever and have a bit of a laugh. And you deal with multiple personalities. You got the one who's like achieving, wants to turn pro and all that sort of stuff. And, you know, you're dealing with some parents that are pushing their kid. And then you're also dealing with, you know, the guys that are kind of aggressive in the water when they're surfing or had to put out plenty of fires.
Yeah.
Also dealing with the public too.
Yeah.
Like there's a few times where I've had issues with, well, I haven't personally had issues.
Free surfers?
Yeah, well, having free surfers come into it, or people be really anti the club. And usually I'd try to, you know, like soften the blow a little bit and just like, oh, look, we're 50 years old. This has been doing this for ages. You know, if you really find it offensive, why don't you join us and see what it's like?
Yeah.
But yeah, there's been a few moments where they've been pretty hard, but never anything where I was out of depth and like I said, you got a lot of people around you.
Yeah, you
could always lean on a few people.
For sure, yeah.
I used to lean quite heavily on Graham Parsons. He was president up and down for quite a few times, and then he did his long stint just recently.
Yeah.
Bullfrog, you know, he was always one of those guys that was out there. Carrie Klein.
Kaz
was like, you know, he was so good.
He was the backbone there, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. It was unreal. But he was also one of those guys that had to mellow every now and then.
Yeah.
Sometimes he'd blow up and I'd have to get him aside and talk to him and just be
cool,
like,
Kaz.
Just remember there's kids all around here, you know, they look up to you and just get what you say, what you call that guy, you know, all this sort of stuff. And he got that, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
He was a wild man, but
he was an eccentric character, yeah.
Oh, I love him, miss him.
Oh,
great
miss
guy.
him. He was like one of the biggest personalities to come from this town, wasn't he?
Oh yeah. How can you not see him, you know?
He's just big, tall, loud, looked like Jesus missing teeth. Like,
he did look like Jesus, didn't he?
Ripped as, always shirtless.
Ripped as.
That crazy old van, 4-wheel drive van with all his gadgets hanging. Like he was, you couldn't miss him, could you? This podcast is brought to you by Looply. Looply is a web development company based in Wollongong, specialised in helping trades and service-based businesses scale. They do crazy websites, back-end sales systems, and can help you get more customers from Google. If you need help or want to speak with a company that knows how to create trust and attention online, use the link in the show description and don't forget to mention Still Noise Podcast to access exclusive discounts and offers. That's Looply, Loopli. Now back to the show.
When I was young, I remember being at the Marlin once and I was with one of my mates and he was having a bit of an altercation with another dude and Kaz just came straight up and goes, "Is that your mate, Kurt?" I'm like, "Yep." He just went straight in and just went straight up to the other bloke and pretty much just let him know that, you know, my mate Robbo's good. And I was like... And Rua was like, "Who's that?" I said, "Oh man, that's Kaz, man. That's Kazza."
That's Kazza.
And that was like in the 90s. He would have been in his mid-40s or something like that. Yeah. But just cut as, he was quite big then.
Yeah.
He wasn't as skinny as what he ended up getting.
Yeah.
But you just knew that there was something about Kaz that could, you know, he could handle himself.
He could handle himself, yeah.
I asked him about his missing teeth once. I can't remember what he actually said.
Yeah.
But he kept them. He kept it like that as a reminder to himself.
Yeah. I think it might have been from a blue or something.
Yeah, it was definitely blue.
It was from a blue and he said, like, just to remind myself that I'm going to try and do everything in my power to not fight.
That's why it's here. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember something like that too. So I got a couple of questions from the audience. What have we got here? Jimmy Grant wanted me to ask you about during your time, maybe when you were competing, you had a run-in with Andy Irons or something, or he's had something funny. I remember you telling me as a kid this story.
Well, it wasn't really a run-in on... So Andy and I have been friends for a long time. We actually signed to Arakawa Surfboards back in 96. Yeah. And we used to do like group things together. So we kind of knew each other pretty well. And, this time we were in France and we were just hanging out and a couple of the boys were tuning some girls and he's just kind of swooped in and just like turned up and just like tried to, you know, take the girls.
Yeah.
And one of the guys just turned around and looked at all us, just turned and goes, "Who the fuck is this guy?" Just to Andy.
Yeah.
But it was actually really funny. It wasn't like a dig at Andy. Just
Yeah.
the way he did it was like really funny. And everyone laughed, and Andy didn't like it, and he walked off. That was like at about 9 o'clock at night. We're stumbling through some car park on the way to the casino at about 2 a.m. And then he's just jumped out from behind the car and he's grabbed this guy. And he's grabbed him and he's like, "Who the fuck's this guy?" You know, trying to.
Yeah.
And and then the other guy was like, whoa, what's going on? You guys, and it wasn't even the guy who said it, you know?
Yeah.
And I've ended up jumping in the middle and I was like, pushed Andy to the side and I was like, "Mate, calm down." He's like, "Kurt's got nothing to do with you. It's between me and him."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Mate, you got the wrong guy though." And he was just not having it. He went at him pretty hard.
Yeah.
And so I ended up just grabbing him and I just put him in a little choker hold and sat him down. I was like tapping him on the head. I was going, "Just calm down, buddy. Just calm down." But I didn't realise I put him to sleep. And he just went out.
And I KO'd him.
Yeah, and I just.
Jeez, he's very calm.
And I just put him down on the thing, and I was like, Andy, you right? And I was like, and the other guy's like, "Oh, let's go, leave him." And I was like, well. And another dude, one of his mates was coming over.
Yeah.
And I was like, there's Andy, just look after him, whatever.
Just watching.
Yeah, so he ended up having like a bit of a nap. And I think it was the next day or the second day, we were at the contest.
Yeah.
And, you know, he used to sit in these, like, the bleachers, they call them, like the chairs.
Oh, yeah.
Chairs. And I looked over and I saw him and he was looking really sheepish. He was like, "Oh, fuck," like trying not to look.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, I better go and see him."
Yeah.
And I was like, "You all right, mate?" Like, and he was like, "Oh, dude, look, no worries, no, nothing. You know, it's all good." And I'm like, "No, man, sweet as, you know."
Yeah.
But, you know, and he's like, "I don't even know what happened."
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, hey, you carried on."
Yeah.
But God bless him. I never held anything against him or anything like that. It was just one of those moments where
loaded up on the sauce.
Yeah, he was loaded up and he was having a go at the other guy who didn't want a piece of it, and he really wanted to fight him.
Yeah.
And it was before his world titles, so he was pretty brash, and he grew up a lot, Andy, over his years.
Yeah.
But yeah, poor Andy.
Yeah, you were saying that before.
It's a funny story. Like it's not wasn't like we squared off and went at it or anything like that. It was just it was just quite funny.
It's an interesting one of him to bring up. I wouldn't even unless you've told him the story before, just in conversation.
I think I was telling him about it. I had one of Andy's boards come in, and I was like, "Fuck, I've got a pretty funny story of had to put him to sleep once."
Yeah.
At the time, though, I was like, what is he doing? You know, he was pretty wild.
Yeah, I bet. Oh man, everyone's had to tackle their mate and pull him out of trouble plenty of times before. Yeah. It's just how it goes.
Well, that's kind of what it was. Well, it was more to protect the other guy.
Yeah.
And but I didn't realise I had him so tight. I was just whispering in his ears, tapping his hair.
You're like, geez, he's suddenly gone so quiet.
He's mellowed.
I've really mellowed him out here.
He's like,
conked. I got a question here from Sammy Walklate.
Hello, Sammy.
Is that Sammy? Yeah. He wants to know, what's the greatest lesson that the ocean and surfing has taught you?
Fuck, big question. Well, I guess surfing, the ocean, always humbles you, no matter who you are, where you are. I've always found it as a pacifier for me. When everything's going a bit crazy, I can go in the ocean. I can collect my own thoughts. There's moments when anticipation kicks in, when a wave's coming towards you, or there's fear. You know, like I recently copped a far out, like a huge one at Cloudbreak on the head just a few months ago, and it just that pit of the stomach, makes you realise how small you are, and but it gives a lot. I've always said with surfing, it doesn't matter who you are, what level you're at with your career or where you are. When you get out in the water, everyone's pretty equal. You know, you're sitting out there and you're just another guy in the water. Doesn't matter who you are. So, yeah, I guess, Sammy, that's just the calmness that it brings. Is not one moment. It's multiple moments.
Yeah.
You know, like you get a tube. How good's that? Time stands still.
Yeah.
It's
just helping, teaching you presence or something, eh?
Yeah. Yeah, it just makes you, like, I guess those times are so elevated that time feels like it stands still because it's such a rare thing. Unless you're Russell.
Yeah.
But I mean, it is a rare thing to get like a good barrel, and the same with that excitement that you get when there's a wave coming or you're going on a trip.
Yeah.
I remember when I was a kid doing a project at school, and I asked a lot of surfers about what's their favourite things, and multiple guys just said, anticipation of what the next wave's going to be.
Yeah.
I think I rang Tom Carroll, and he was like, yeah, mate, the next wave, the next surf. And so, yeah, and it sort of stuck with me.
It's true though, isn't it? It's always the next wave. Yeah, there's always
something
again, there's always
to look forward to.
There's always something coming.
So when shit's going bad, you just know that the surf's going to be there for you.
Yeah.
Like you could paddle out and there's a wave that just changes your tone.
Yeah, fully.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, it's just like a bit of a reset, because it's forever changing.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So, Kat had just slipped in.
Oh.
She just slipped in last minute there, right before the question box expired on my story. And she wanted to know that, do you need cordial in order to survive?
Depends on the flavour.
Okay.
Yeah, I am a big fan of cordial. I think it's been handed down from my dad. He's always had the green cordial in his fridge.
Yeah.
Or in the fridge growing up. So, yeah. And Kat loves it too.
Does she?
She doesn't even put water in it. She's just straight up concentrate.
No, she doesn't.
Yeah, she does. She smashes cordial straight like it's shots. Just bang. She has like 3 of them a night.
Shut.
Yeah, Coddies.
Coddies cordial, straight syrup.
Bang, bang.
I can't tell if you're having me on just to get back at her here or.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Because I was going to say, that is nuts. Like, I remember like giving it a shot when I was a young lad, and you'd see it there and you'd just be like, just quickly try and sneak some, and you just blow your head off, man. Isn't it? It's so hectic.
It was like that spray that your mum just gave me. Was it Megaforce?
Armour Force.
Armour Force. Far out.
Yeah, we were trying to
fix my voice.
See if we could whip up a remedy there to get you get those vocal cords singing again. Actually, I got a question. So I saw something on your social media the other day. It looked like a really cool story I wanted to dive into a bit. The plane ride to Nias for a contest.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I'd love to hear more about that.
That was pretty sick. Oh, not sick, but pretty, like, dude, like, what crazy. An experience.
Yeah.
So we were all going to the Nias comp,
and
we were flying out of Bali, I think. And then we're flying, and there was like a bit of a noise, like, and it was full of all competitive surfers and a few other guys. And I was like, where you're sitting, Kobe Abernon was sitting there, and I was sitting next to him, and he just goes, fuck, the props stop. And I've like looked out, and the propeller
stopped.
It stopped. There was like a bit of smoke, and I was like, what the fuck? You know, like, whoa.
Holy
and
shit.
Everyone starts freaking out. Like, there was a little, it was only a little plane, but it was like, you know, not as big as the ones that you go to Queensland in.
Yeah.
It was, but the guys like, everybody get in recovery position, you know, where, you know, we've had a main blowout or whatever.
Yeah.
And all the chicks were, the hosties, there was only like 2 of them, but they were all freaking out. I was looking over and they were crying. I was like, what the hell?
Holy shit.
Strangely, before going there, I was reading something about planes. I love trivia, so I love
Yeah.
little. And I did
Fact.
read that a plane can run on one engine,
Right.
and so I was oddly calm.
Pretty chill.
But then when we landed in this place in Lombok, and the plane was too big for the runway. It was like an army barracks, and we actually overshot the runway, so we're in the dirt. And, you know, like it was a gnarly flight, like landing.
Fucking hell.
And then we've got we've all got out. Everyone's safe. Everyone's good, and we're sort of waiting on what are we going to do from here. And they chartered a flight for the surfers, like all the other guys got on buses.
Yeah.
But they chartered us this, mate, just one of those planes that people jump out of. Like just it was an empty shell.
Yeah, one of the big Hercules things, whatever they're called.
And we're looking at it just like bringing your stuff and putting it on the ground. And we're just sitting there like duct tape sort of half hanging off. And I was like, whoa, this one I'm a little worried about.
Is this one better than the other one?
Oh, it was, yeah. And we got there and everyone's freaking out. I remember Kingy, Andy King.
Yeah.
He thought he left his wallet maybe on the plane and he's ended up having this massive blow up with the MP, like one of the military police there.
Oh, yeah.
And it was so scary. There was guns and everything going on. And I'm like, calm down, kids. Fuck, we're going to get this all done. And yeah, that was, they came up. A friend of mine from Brazil who was on that flight sent me that photo in Messenger. He was like, remember this? And I was like, oh, shit. I've got photos of it too somewhere at home, but I haven't dug them up.
Well, that's sick.
But yeah, I still just remember Cobes turn around and just going, hey, the prop stopped. It's like,
far out.
Fuck off. Actually, you know, he's done two crazy things to me. He did that. And another time we were in France and at McDonald's, he just walks straight up and goes, Princess Diana just got killed. And I was like, and that was because we were in France when that happened. She was killed in France. And it was all over the news, like just breaking.
Yeah.
Before it actually broke, like all Chinese whispers everywhere.
Cove's on the
finger
on the pulse.
He's quick, eh?
Yeah, finger on the pulse.
But yeah, I always remember those two quotes from him. Fuck the props. And then Princess Diana just died.
Wow, that's nuts. That's insane, man. Look, we won't keep you too much longer, brother. I'm probably putting your voice to the test here. You're not going to be able to speak for a week after this.
I've got to work tomorrow too.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody, I got this brand new cars has come in. Check it out.
Just like, I just wanted to ask you, just, you can keep it brief, but like growing, like what's your take on and just seeing this small surf town and how they're evolving so rapidly at the moment? Like, kind of, what have you seen as this town has evolved over the years from being a small surf kind of fishing town to what it's become now?
There was like a Mollymook crew. There was a Brule Lake crew and a Tabari crew, and that was pretty much it. Like, they would always have these heckles at school and all that sort of stuff, but it was pretty it was really tight. Like the Mollymook crew, there was a bunch of us would meet pretty much every afternoon, go surf, molly. There was no bikes or anything like that, you know, that's it. And it was like a walk to golf course or Collar. Sometimes you go to Narrawally. To go to Tabari was like, I'd go there every now and then and stay at the Parsons house.
Yeah.
And it was like another world.
Yeah.
It's like sitting there just going, and someone invited us out to Bawley Point. I was like, what the
hell?
But what was really cool was discovering those places like, you know, Flat Rock. Back in the day, we were told not to surf there because, like, when we were kids, that's where the sewer pumped straight there. Yeah. And it was straight out. It was only like 6 feet from where the pipe is now. But yeah, the pipe goes out like a couple of kilometres. Yeah. And we were, don't surf there. And, you know, a few guys used to surf there and we'd go, oh no, we were out there because it's such a good wave. Yeah. But every time, earaches, even Rennies in south winds, you'd get the shit. You'd see shit.
Yeah.
It was a smaller, definitely. It's I don't know. It's kind of hard to describe. Growing up, the older guys always had your back. They were amazing like that. Like Jared Orchard, Sid Seiden, those guys were like, we were surfing golf course or the bombing. If anyone gave us any shit, they would just come in. Remember Sid punching out a guy's fins for me once just because the guy dropped in on me.
Yeah.
But you know, as I grew through the years, and there wasn't that many surfers as there was now. Like,
yeah.
I used to hang with, like when I did the tour, there was no one from here. Like the closest guy I used to travel with was Shane Wiener. He lived down at Browley.
Oh yeah.
Or so the guys I travelled on tour were like the Newcastle, Vico kind of crew. There was just no one from here. I would have loved it. Have someone to share cars driving up to airports and all that sort of shit. But you'd hang with different crews. I used to hang out with a lot of the footy players, which was because I used to train with them because there was nowhere I could train.
Oh yeah.
There was no.
You used to go to the gym training for footy lads.
Yeah, when I was young, I was lucky. I got picked in the Academy of Sport, so I did a lot of time at Wollongong doing that. I was pretty young, 15, maybe younger, 14, 15. And they gave me like a whole booklet on how to train. And I kept that book for years. And that was pretty much the premises is what I used to use as a training routine as a surfer. And then, but to keep motivated by yourself, it's really hard to try and do like a different kind of training too, not like everybody else. But I had a lot of mates who were footy players. So I started training with those guys. I'd do, all the physical sort of stuff, but I wouldn't tackle or anything like that. I didn't want to hurt myself because, could get out of an event. But, they were just so tight-knit. Like all the surfers, those guys, it was everywhere we went, it was like a big bunch, which was really cool. But, some of those guys are pretty violent though. There was a lot of fights when I was young.
Yeah, really?
Heaps.
Yeah, it seems to have mellowed out a lot more now.
Oh, yeah, cameras, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, you can't get away with what you could back then.
It was nearly every weekend there was like a mega fight. And some of them were even mates. Sadly, I saw two guys laughing together early that night, and at the end of the night, one of them was dead.
Yeah.
I saw that happen.
Wow.
It was another one. I was down the bowling club where I saw, like a couple of guys that were from the rival football team come down and go out for a Bucks day and just grabbed one of my mates' girlfriends on the arse, and then it was just like the most. That to this day, that was the biggest brawl I've ever seen. So many. In the end, it got stopped by a shotgun.
Yeah, right.
The bikies drove in on the bikes, and a shotgun got shot off. And everyone split up, went everywhere. But one of those guys ended up doing time for it. He hit the actual buck with a reflector pole. He ripped a reflector pole out of the road.
Oh wow!
Got him in the face. Guy had to
Split
get
him right open,
full surgery, and it was like there was some pretty gnarly moments, growing up.
Yeah,
it's not like that at all anymore.
No, it's
thank God. I was never part of that. I was never.
No, it's pretty hectic.
I used to, as soon as it happened, I'd just like get out of there or try to break it up. But I copped so much friendly fire breaking it up.
Yeah, I bet.
We actually had to do a photo shoot once, a calendar photo shoot. And we went out the night before, and there was, a fight, and one of my mates was in it. And I've grabbed him and I pinned him onto the ground to try and stop him. And he's just done a headbutt. He's got me smack right here and just like big fat lip.
Wow.
Next morning, like it was, they asked me to bring all the boys to be part of this catalogue shoot. We're all like busted up, and like it was quite funny, actually.
Did they still do the shoot?
Yeah, we did the shoot.
Yeah, they probably would have almost liked it.
Yeah, we did it down in Arawali.
That's funny.
It was who was in that? That was Tommy Robbo, who was up there, and they picked. There was like, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 of us all down there. It was pretty funny.
That's classic. Oh man, that's insane. So as a shop owner, right? what's like, how do you find the balance of like, obviously more surfers in town means like business is better for you. How do you find that with the counter of that, the opposite, the balance of
Well, yeah,
opposites?
I
The
still get
surf's more crowded.
frustrated
Yeah.
when I go surfing, like obviously it's, it makes us more busy and gives us, we sell more product and everything, but it does, I don't like rocking up at my local and having like 30 guys out there and, I would say I'd be a hypocrite if I went out there and started telling everyone to go in or anything like that. But it's never been in my demeanour to, tell people to go in or anything like that. I if I need to do that, then that person really shouldn't be out there.
They
It's
really
pretty rare
deserved
that
it.
I'd do it. Yeah. I try to be as diplomatic as I can, but it can be frustrating, but it's also pretty good to see, like the generations. And a lot of them are the local kids that have had, come through, that they're, you're just watching them grow and grow and grow. And, no one's got a key to the door,
No.
Like, who's going to lock the door and say, sorry, mate, you're not allowed in? It's, you can get frustrated, which I do. And I get more frustrated now because I'm still pretty greedy. But I get more frustrated when I see Kat out there, like
Trying
not
to get
getting
waves.
waves or my boys, that sort of frustrates me. Or if I see someone who has been sitting there for a while and they're not getting anything, I'll hoot them into one or try to, paddle for the wave and then give it to them. But you got to earn your way into the lineup. You can't just turn up here and think you can just go straight to the inside out, the pommy or something like that.
Unfortunately, that's the hierarchy of surfing, and that's just the rules. Doesn't matter where you go. Hey,
yeah, it's everywhere.
Yeah.
And that's that's just surf etiquette that needs to be sort of taught more.
Yeah,
because a lot of people, especially that generation, have just been pushed in. They're just not. They probably haven't been told.
Yeah,
and then also there were. There's a generation of people that get offended really easily. And you could say something and they'll just, next minute, you got a fucking letter. From someone. It's like,
yeah, exactly. It's
I
different
don't know,
times.
it's the same for you, mate. Like, you've seen the big influx here since COVID, I guess.
For sure. I've seen it. And I guess it's like, it is again, it's that, it's a balance for me. I mean, some of my mates who I've known for quite a while, friends who are professional surfers have come to town, people who surf, who are from all over the country, people that I've known through surfing, they've come to town. And in one hand, I'm going, oh, these new people in town, the place is blowing up, it's busy. But then so many of my crew, the people I hang with, weren't originally from here anyway. So it's like, I can't just say, oh, hand pick, I like him and him and him and him, but the rest of you is go and stick it up. Yeah, it's not how it works. It's like people are seeing it, the internet's showing people what we've got, people are coming, people are traveling more, moving more.
Yeah.
I think when everyone got locked down in COVID, once those doors open, they realise the gift of being that mobile and people are appreciating moving more, I guess.
Well, one thing that's happened is there's been a lot more waves that have opened up. That even when I was surfing, we didn't really surf much or go to like Nungan, even the alley and those places. They were kind of like, whoa, you've got potholes or flatty or something like that.
Yeah.
It's right there. It's easy. You don't need to drive all the way down there. So that it is opening up some waves that, you kind of didn't realise were there. I would say it's a good thing, but I mean, at least it's getting utilised and it's spreading the load a little bit more.
For sure, yeah. And that's single-handedly the internet, isn't it?
Yeah.
Suddenly people are like, oh, where's that? And like everyone's asking questions and there's only so many people you can lie to and they're your mates and they're asking, you can't,
Well, I think the guys that have like moved to town that have been like pro surfers that have sort of moved have been pretty good with their deception of the waves, like not showing landmarks and doing their best to do that.
Yeah.
But that's also the kind of the hard thing with being free surfers. You know, they got to have content. You got to keep doing content.
They have to surf
Yeah.
and film these waves, yeah.
So, you know, that's
Which comes with its
yeah,
challenges as well.
that's right. And then
Cranky locals.
you look at some of the even like the kids that are staunch that have been here for a long time. You know, they're putting photos up of everywhere. And mate, I was a pro surfer, so I was slutting myself out the magazines because it was the way I was making money.
Yeah.
So it's I get both sides of it.
Yeah.
But ultimately, you know, it'd be nice just to have your own surf and your own waves. But
That's
I still do find though, if I want a wave, I get it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not
I
being
think
arrogant or anything like that. It's just I think I've earned it.
Yeah.
I've been here long enough. I've surfed those waves enough.
Yeah.
If
People
I
earn
really
their
want
stripes.
I'll get it. Yeah.
Localism's not really a thing anymore. It's more people have earned their stripes. I'm hoping we don't get a blackout here. It's really
It's strobing, isn't it?
it's crazy, isn't it?
It's that one.
Yeah. Is it? It's not that at all, is it? It's the
No.
actual.
It's making that bounce.
It's nuts.
It
Yeah,
is
we're having
rave tunes.
we got some pretty crazy. It's almost like being at a metal concert. And
Yeah.
on to the next. What kind of music do you like, Kurt?
I'm really into classical. I like the Brahms, Mozart. Actually, I do like all that shit. My nan was right into classical music, and one of my memories of her was like with the stereo just cranking when I'd come home
Classical.
from school, just like, you know, Nessa Dorman, all that sort of stuff,
Mhm.
like cranking. But yeah, I just love music that sort of gives you adrenaline.
Yeah.
And, you know, metal does that to me.
Yeah. You're a metalhead.
I love metal. You know, like first started listening to Metallica when I was a kid and was like, what is this? You know, it was almost taboo to listen to. It was so full on. Now it's pretty, you know, average. But, you know, that's the doorway. Next
Yeah.
minute, you got to like spend a lot of money on CDs and all that sort of stuff.
Concerts, been a few big good gigs in your time?
Yeah, I went to the first big day out. Saw Nirvana, met the bass player out of Nirvana.
See.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. I was just standing there and he came up and this guy off his head just came up and mooed at me. He just came on and goes, moo. And he was standing behind me. I didn't hear it. And he goes, did that guy just moo at you? I just turned around. I was like, oh, fuck, it's Chris Nyholm. And then we ended up hanging out watching the Hard-Ons play. It was pretty sick.
Wow, that's sick.
He was with Dave Grohl too, but I didn't talk to him.
Wow, nuts.
But yeah, I love going to music, live music. Always have. Always, you know, pretty much name the metal band and I've been there.
Yeah.
From, you know, Metallica multiple times, Pantera, Slayer, Megadeth,
Yeah.
you know, all the OGs, Slipknot, bloody, yeah, Parkway Drive.
Yeah.
You know, even pretty much if a good one comes out, I'll go
You'll
watch it.
Go and suss it, yeah.
And, you know, Kat loves music.
Yeah.
She's a really good musician as well. You know, the brother guys are
guys.
so we always got music in the family, like music playing and always listening to stuff. And she actually finds a lot of new music and goes, I think you'll like this.
Right.
She just put me on this one called Black Orchid Empire.
Yeah.
Band from England, and they were like so sick, so heavy.
Yeah, man.
So she just sits there and listens. She goes, oh, and he might like that one.
You like that one, yeah. Put that in the Kurt folder.
Yeah.
Sweet. And the boys are into it. You were saying before, you young blokes are into music too.
Oh yeah, they froth it.
That's
yeah.
Good.
They're all sort of tacking away on the guitar as well. Yeah, they're my eldest Seth is like a full blown metalhead. Just loves it.
I've heard him pull into a car park before for just coming out of his car.
Yeah, machine head, whatever. It's just cranking.
Yeah.
And yeah, he loves it loud.
Yeah.
And he's a bit like that car when he pulls up with that music. That's what he's like. He's like 500 miles an hour every time.
Yeah.
Eli's he likes it, but he's more bit more of a broader taste.
Yeah.
But, you know, he loves Stone Sour and that kind of crew.
Yeah.
Lucas just loves that all metal.
Yeah.
He loves it.
Yeah, all his mates are all into the punk and metal, all his squad, all that generation of grommets around here listening to all their clips, all their little reels on Instagram. It's all good. Punk rock, all metal. I'm like, how good.
Yeah.
Get rid of this pop rap crap, get that on, that's the go.
Even my youngest, like Asher, you know, they were driving the other day and, you know, Parkway Drive, they're like really heavy.
Yeah, shit, yeah.
And there's this song called Darker Still.
Yeah.
And then it just before they go Darker Still.
Yeah.
He's cranked it out. He's gone Darker Still. Like this little 4-year-old just in the back.
Just in the back. Yeah.
So proud, eh?
That's mad.
I nearly crashed just because I wanted to go around and give him a hug.
That is
how you do it, boy.
so good. Oh, epic. All right, well, let's one more question and we'll kind of wrap it up, mate, because I feel like you've been an absolute trooper getting that voice box through this whole.
Hey, the lubrication from the better beers helping.
The better beers kept you. Yeah. They've kept it all nice.
Gassy though when I'm
got the burps.
got that, yeah.
What are you fired up on at the moment, Kurt?
In life?
Yeah, just in general.
I'm there's always, like surfing, there's always something cool coming up around the corner. Like at the moment, I'm just pretty frothing on watching my boys' 18th tomorrow night with Theo, Bradley, and all that crew rocking out. And
Are they playing tomorrow?
yeah, they got 2 bands for
That's
it and a
sick.
DJ, so it'll be that's going to be pretty cool. But like surf trips coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah, talking about having some time off to go on a decent surf trip.
Sweet.
Mate, everything. Like the youngest starts school next year.
Yeah.
My 15-year-old's going into year 10. Just a lot of cool little surfboards. Man, I love surfboards.
Yeah, you do.
They every time I get one, it's like brand new. It's like the same feeling. It's like, it's unreal. Can't wait to, and it just brings that excitement to get out there for a surf and water.
Yeah.
The Roosters, mate, love me footy too.
Yeah.
They're going well. So.
Sick.
No, I'm fired up on all sorts of things. Work. I love what I do.
Yeah.
It's kind of lucky there.
Yeah.
It's it does make, like, I've worked some shit jobs, and if you can find some that sort of, is your passion as well, it takes away a lot of the angst out of it. Still work though. Still like it can be. It can be like,
I'm sure it's got its bad days.
And sitting there looking at spreadsheets all day, trying to do this and that.
Yeah,
I didn't sign up for this shit.
I bet. Yeah.
But that's it.
Sweet, mate.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Cheers, mate.
Surfing, footy, family, surfing.
Food, love food.
Food.
Yeah.
Roosters and metal.
Yeah.
There you go. Sum
I
it
need
all
to
up
make a bloody Roosters metal band that goes surfing.
There you go. Yeah, and then you can kind of like put all your hobbies all into one category then.
Yeah. Snowboarding too. Chuck that in there.
Yeah,
I
fully.
like snowboarding.
Yeah. All right, Kurto. Well, thanks for hanging in there for me there, bros.
Cheers, mate.
I was I think Mum's Armour Guard spray must have just kept you.
Mate, the armour all was unreal.
kept you.
Get the leather going.
I know. It kept you moistened up to get through. So appreciate that.
And a cup of tea.
Yeah, cup of tea, lemon and ginger.
Yeah.
And thanks to the power grid of Ulladulla for not blacking out on us halfway through and ruining the episode. It's probably going to happen any second now.
I thought that cross was going to turn upside down at one stage.
I know. It's pretty hectic, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a bit spooky. Anyway, let's wrap it up before we get blacked out on.
Yeah, cheers, Jaggy.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers, mate.
Love you, Kurto.
You too, bud.
Appreciate you, mate.
Thanks, guys.
Love everything you've done for us in the town and the grommets and what you continue to do, and keep doing it, mate. Everyone here appreciates you.
Yeah, we haven't finished yet.
No,
Still going.
Still going, mate.
Stuff.
Got plenty of going you there. All right. Cheers, everyone.